I would like to dedicate the final episode to gratitude, mainly because it's an easy way to win people over. You meet someone and talk about something you're happy for, especially something they did they liked that. Saying it like that sounds manipulative, but I'd like to think of it as the road less traveled. You have so many options when you talk to someone. Are you seeking their approval? Do you want to convince them of something? Are you trying to change their mood? Are they not good enough for you right now? If so, maybe don't talk to them. Again, they don't owe you shit. I was at a concert with my dad standing in cigarette smoke on the lawn of Fiddler's Green. I asked the woman who was sitting down to move, and my dad was like, "What the fuck? You're standing up. Take 2 steps over." All I'm saying is there's a lot of reasons to talk to someone. Them doing a thing you can avoid or look away from, maybe don't talk to that person. This is opposed to someone asking you not to look away. My buddy Luke and I heard a cry for help one time and walked up to a man who said the lady didn't need help, but the lady said otherwise. We got them to take separate cars without violence, but the threat was there. 2 of us, 1 of him. Luckily, we de-escalated the situation instead of resorting to that. That's what our buddy is trained to do as an officer of the law. That's the only reason I went up to Alaska. My ex was acting the way I only see people do when they're in danger, and I stayed up as long as I could until I was told to stand down. I don't recommend doing that. People in that town were fucked. Same story as the Luke thing. This time the woman cries for help. Her husband beats up guys in the parking lot that she hits on. The fuck? Happiest couple in town, everybody's always talking about how they're always cheating on each other. The town rapist is sucker punching people. His uncle is telling racist jokes that are getting his teeth knocked out. The whitest natives are getting bullied for being white, so they double down on the racism towards other tribes. All the kids get sent elsewhere for school, and rich dudes come in trying to fuck and talk about how shit the women are. Worst place on earth. That sounds mean to say. Accurate, but mean. And the thing is, beautiful views on the 5 days of sun a year they get. But that's everywhere, man. Hell really is other people. Why? Because we do all those things. What the fuck, people? So instead of saying and doing that, the road less traveled is appreciating the things people do for each other. Some go too far and let that excuse all the bullshit. Fuck that noise. Trust isn't a scale. It's a slinky, and if you bend and break the slinky, it ain't coming back, bitch. Are you gonna pick up this broken slinky you claim to love so much, or snap 13 more? Yeah, they don't go down the stairs so well. Luckily, I'm a Toro flex and just keep springing back up. I can't die for some reason. Well, that's not true. I can die, but I can't escape this stupid body for very long. And in the meantime, get hit by all the fucking gods and shit, thinking they can get a piece. Yeah, heard it all before. All I'm saying is, it works different for me. I don't have goals so much as people that entertain me and ways to shatter their dreams. Usually by achieving them first, better, or by giving it to them on a silver platter in a way they hate. Because there's nothing better to do. Look what happens when people get their dreams. You get Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Melinda Gates, Hillary Clinton. Isn't it funnier that she lost? Isn't Kamala a better glass ceiling smasher? Hillary Clinton didn't even dump her husband who raped his secretary while they were married. This is the type of people it's fun to shit all over. Like, you could have made better decisions, Hillary Clinton. Trump too. That guy sucks, and I'm so glad I get to have the freedom of speech to say his false flag of an assassination attempt was just that. Fake news. News he faked. Which just means he needs to fire his campaign manager and get with the Holy Ghost. I think he should run the rest of his campaign from jail. 1, it would show more integrity than Hillary. 2, he would be protected from further assassination attempts. 3, he could get one of those Hannibal Lecter cells and look badass and smart. Hannibal Lecter was a genius. And he could get wheeled out on stage when he wins with a mask and everything. Plus, jail is all telecom now anyways. You can't even visit the loved ones they stole out of your neighborhood for drug possession. You just Zoom call. And that gives the dictator aesthetic. Giant banners next to giant screens of the man that could win from jail. The most powerful president ever. But it only works if he does go to jail. We'll take Kamala's dream right out from under her. You and me, Trump, and your kids. We'll both fuck him. I'll grab Eric by the pussy for you. So that's what I do, and people hate me for it. Luckily, that's cool because that's why I started doing it in the first place. But not everyone deserves that. In fact, it's kinda up to you every time. Deserved or not, you can always decide, I don't actually care about this person. Best not to say that if you do care, because it can't always be helped. Then they believe that, and suddenly they are doing things that you do care about and are really confused when you act like that. It's really rude to do that the other way around, but if you can't tell the difference between an I love you that means you brighten my day even when you're not around, and an I love you that's a I'll be your best friend if you take off your clothes and feed me, then I'm glad you'll be taken by someone else. Please watch my videos and get your mental defenses up. And this is the option most people take. Enjoy the art, let the human rot, avoid at all costs. But gratitude, now that fucks with people. Because you don't notice unless you do. I didn't always notice the nails till I learned how hard they are to perfect. Now when someone has good nails, I comment on it. Thank you for putting in the work on yourself to feel like the person you want to be. I much prefer this over a clone. Sometimes gratitude comes in the form of money. I would not be able to do any of this if my friend Izzy hadn't seen how much I had wasted away and brought me groceries and money. I had already avoided my mom because I thought the cops were spoofing her voice with AI. They weren't. My mom sat at the restaurant thinking I stood her up. When I ran out of everything, I showed up at Izzy's house spun out and terribly thin, and she brought me a huge box of potatoes and pasta. A happy ending for me would be being able to pay her back. If I had the means, I would do the same for her. I tried once by doing all the yard work and ended up chopping up a family heirloom, so whoever said surprises are great is a fucking liar. Ask people before you do things. Izzy asked if I would like groceries, and I'm so grateful. Like I said, I can't perceive my death, but I don't enjoy pain whatsoever. Once you learn it just activates the painkillers, you can do that with meditation and breathing. And I'm grateful for coming to that point. Again, want as much distance between the first 30 and whatever after as possible. I do not want to be alive, but I certainly don't want to be alive for that. Best part of it was my ex, and she was only around for like 4 of the going on 14 years I've known her. My family, sure, but half of them sucked ass in the nuclear one, and the other 2 are just really nice. They hold on for family, I just like them. They're really nice people. Clearly it doesn't mean that much to me. I was told it did, and now I realize I was right since high school. Fuck that noise if they suck, miss me with that mess. So I clearly have trouble expressing gratitude. It's there, hidden beneath the layers of jaded spite for all of creation, but I would like to thank anyone who has given me a smile and a laugh. Living is tough in the best of times, because halfway through any best time you're hit with the knowledge that it may never be this good again, and part of that was not realizing that. Best not to worry and carry that through to the worst times, except worst times don't have that. Worst times always have, or it will get worse till I die, which will happen. So any worst time is all, oh shit, is it really here? Is this the one I really don't make it out of? And I've been begging for that my whole life. Succeeding sometimes, but never for very long. And now that I have a reason to live, I see no reason why the assholes wouldn't just kill me to laugh at the first 32 years again. So I hope you enjoy the videos. I'm glad you watched whatever you did. Thank you for being my MacGuffin. I hate this planet so far. Could we try it without the rapists and pedos? It's not a product of culture. It's not a product of race or religion. All those things are the other way around. Attempts at getting rid of rapists and pedos. Let's do it right this time, or at least contain them in Britain. This truly is a struggle and a burden for the one white man, the Holy Ghost, black hole at the center of the Milky Way projected upon a human consciousness, mother of pixies, Lion King of 4chan, Phantom of the OP era, slightly more anonymous, 12, the April Fool, the Nightmare Before All Christians, and before I continue, I want to say this. Troy Jisoo Joan Somi, thank you so much. I am a big fan of your music, and I never thought much about you as people. Even if it feels like we haven't met, the astral plane isn't constrained to time like the physical plane is. If you've actually been watching me and here with me, you've carried me through this. Ning Ning too, but it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen, Ning Ning. Bob is never gonna show up. Someone's gonna make it uncomfortable and Bob will say, I'll be there, but Bob's not gonna be there. Thank you for listening. Thank you for providing emotional support, balance when I was spinning out of control. Thank you for all the dancing. Thank you for all the fun talks about other ladies. I know Ning Ning hangs out with my kids, but thank you for taking a chance on a stranger. If you haven't seen me yet, I hope it's as good for you as it was for me. Sincerely, thank you. Thank you, Mom, for all the support and a place to be before this novel took place and for its end. Austin, thank you for never giving up on me. Girl and Zane, thank you for everything. I'm probably going to do it again. Feel free to shut me out next time, but the tears are going to be flowing on that carpet, I swear. And if Miss Private Pants is out there, this sucked. Worst 2 years of my life, and you heard how I felt about the first 30. Don't blame yourself for this. I'm sure it sucked for you too. Are we going to talk about it? Or are you just going to fuck off and have a baby because your parents still haven't found joy in their life? If this isn't out of my way, I do not know what is. Fuck this British earth. All of which is to say, yes, I still love you, but you really fucked me over here. You know I hate making videos. God, I hate computers. Only thing they're good for is playing music, and it still isn't as cool as a record player. And I'm not going to quit smoking. I didn't ask you to quit drinking, but if you're still on pills, that's a deal breaker. Coke is fine, it's just annoying. Again, you don't owe me shit, but I'm setting boundaries this time and bringing backup. If you're going to leave again, then the Koreans and I will cry together. Where was I? Oh yeah. K. Willems. Keeley Osley Willems. Once again, yes, that Holy Ghost. You're waiting for nothing. Your God is a liar. And secretly still.
Ducklux.